Hi, this is Dick Bird, and this is a floodgate match from a few days ago, I think, yeah, sometime in the last week. And I decided I better post something, and I looked through some of the recent recordings and decided, well, this one doesn't look too bad, I guess. What's going on here? Well, isn't the most dramatic flood night match we got into. We had another one here where they had us down to 20 points, and we still came back, but I guess I like this one. I didn't play really greatly. I did okay on both of them, I guess. This one I got to finish up with a nick to the core, which is always nice. So I guess that one won out for that reason. What's going on here? Well, on flood, of course, the big concern is all things being equal. You're concerned mainly, well, I guess, with flood and center. If you've got center, you feel kind of safe. If you don't have center, you're kind of in danger. If you have flood, you feel sort of safe. If you don't have it, you know, you're sort of in danger. So that's sort of the tipping point there is center and flood. So you can look at those two notes and instantly get a pretty good idea of where you're at. That and the score. Of course, the score doesn't always work. In this case, they've got us down to 60 points already. I've chopped off about the first, I think, 4 or 5 minutes of this one. Although I could have posted the whole thing, I guess, but, you know, it takes like a day and a half for me to post 20 minutes of this stuff. I don't have this super broadband stuff like some. I guess I could at this point. I mean, AT&T will allow me to get UVerse if I want to pay another 10 or 15 bucks a month for it. Then, of course, I'd have to sign up to a mail service because my ISP now gives me access to a pretty good Usenet server, but that would go away. I like my Usenet server. I don't like AT&T all that much. They're evil. But I might just have to go to them. Yeah. If my ISP can't give me that good UVerse type service, I'd drop them a hint if I knew how to. Well, this part looks pretty good. This is I think I made this one. We're trying to make center here, which is always the main thing to do. Real nice. Flip over that way. I think I managed to grab center a couple times. It's always nice when your orb runs work. I got denied on a bunch of orb runs on the other one. It was a more desperate match. They had us down to our prime quite often. What's going on here? On this map, I tend to, if all things being equal, I tend to alternate my efforts between center and flood quite often. If I've just taken center, I'll tend to turn and then make an effort at flood, and then alternate back to center, you know, and sort of maintain that pattern as much as possible. Because when you take center, the theory being, when you take center, it tends to draw the enemy's attention towards center, which makes that a good time to do something with flood. And if you succeed at taking flood, oh, that hurt. That's adding insult to injury. See, I was going to try to take his Dark Walker, but he was too quick. He jumped out, got my vehicle. I was quick enough to jump out there, but then he was quick enough to jump back into his vehicle and finish me off, so it didn't turn out well for me. You know, hate it when that happens. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. No, I don't remember. No idea. I'll have to play this back and talk about that some other time, I guess. Another failed attempt here. I really should have knew better. I knew that Dark Walker was there. He just killed me, and I ran out here at just the time when he was loaded up and waiting for me, so I knew that was a bad idea. It's funny, you know, sometimes you know something's a bad idea, and then you go ahead and do it anyway. Funny how that works, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well, I guess I'm going through a hard time. I guess I'm, you know, walking around and yelling at newbies and just being a jerk. I don't know. Well, anyway, here I am making my swing back in flood. This isn't going well either. We've got flood, but our prime just went down. This kind of breaks the rhythm a little bit. You do have to sort of pay attention to your prime when it's down. Oddly enough, there's no one else here, so that's going to make it a little easier. You know, it's inevitable that the red orb is going to show up. There he is. Okay. And what next? Well, of course, Flood went down while I was doing that, so I do have to kind of switch gears here and go after Flood. Flood goes down while I'm heading toward it. Meanwhile, our prime is under attack. You see, they're doing the same thing I'm doing, you know. They'll switch their efforts back and forth the same way. If they got any sense, you know. And you're just trying to catch the enemy off guard, what you're doing. You just gotta time things right, you know. You're always trying to be where he doesn't expect you to be, and at the same time anticipating what he's going to try to do so you can head him off.
Attack the floodgate node.
That's Sidibar there. I'm not familiar with him, possibly a newbie, but he got me that time for sure. So yeah, once again, our prime's under attack. Our orbs over there holding it, so I can afford to sit here and help take a flood back now. And of course, the situation just kind of flip-flops a little bit now. Now the flood is, not white, red or blue. Red still has center. The orb runner I see is heading toward center. Maybe he'll make it. I don't think he will.
Attack the flood.
Oh, he made that one. That's good. Now the situation is flipped. Now we have center but not flood. This is typical. You know, you make an effort for center and the flood goes down. You make an effort for flood and the center goes down. This is why, you know, you kind of have to keep the rhythm going. You have to alternate your efforts.
Attack the center node.
You know, if nothing else, you know, you can just kind of try to be in two places at once. It's very important all the time, you know, you're running back and forth here and trying to shoot these people out of the air and shit. At the same time, you need to keep looking at that map so you know what's going on, you know, because you don't want to look up there and you don't want to get all absorbed with trying to shoot these people and then look up and realize, oh, by the way, you know, the entire map has gone red there. Well, this was kind of a prolonged little dance. I'm surprised I lived this long through it, but you know, it's always nice when you can get a little bit resourceful. It would be nicer if you could stay alive long enough to take the node, but not a bad effort, I guess. Yeah, that's the end of that.
Defend the floodgate node.
Native Vision, I've seen him in a few matches. He's good. Oh.
Attack the floodgate node.
This guy, this is Tommy L. Cat. This is the only time I've seen him. Probably a new player. Yeah. We had a new player on the match the other night. I think his name was Nate Dog 1980. I was being mean to him. I thought he was messing things up on purpose, so I kind of yelled at him a little bit. But he just seemed like a nice guy, though. It's not that I really get into the spirit of these games too much. It's just you know, I've got a lot of things bugging me in my real life, really, that just kind of bleed over a little bit. So need to be nicer to these people. You know, they come out here, they play this game. It's a real good game. You know, and try to make it good for them.
Attack the floodgate node.
There's a nice cap. I like that. Got a kill with the Avril. That's always good. On a foot soldier. Oh yeah. You gotta be a little bit careful when you're shooting these flak cannons and rockets and stuff inside that shield, because you're gonna get splash damage if you're not careful. So you gotta line it up real carefully. Just walk up to the guy while he's busy looking up, and then just pulverize him.
Attack the enemy prime node.
And I'm gonna play a little defensively here. Here we've just about got the map covered up. Where are we at on this? A little over the halfway point. Yeah. And here again, this is Corn Penis again in the Dark Walker, and I see him dropping out there with his Avril, and I should have stayed in that thing, because I could have stayed on this side of the wall and avoided him, and instead I decided I'd try to walk up here and didn't make it, of course, because all those people are standing around on the top of that hill waiting for me. And here I had to stop and take a phone call. Yeah, my good brother Bob gave me a call. And it's always nice to hear from him. And just basically told him I'll talk to you in a couple of minutes when I finish this match. Yeah.
Hit and run.
Attack the
What's
enemy
going on
prime.
here? I make another attempt. This time I will get to the core finally, I think. Which is mainly what I like this scavenger for. It's a good quick ride to the core.
Red core is under attack.
Always good to be able to do some damage on the thing when you got the possibility.
Red core is secure.
Yeah, at this point it's becoming, you know, it's very much our game at this point. Would have been nice to do a little bit more damage, but that's what you get. And I would, you know, if no one had, the team's really being really good about running the orb, so I didn't have to go back there and grab that, but
5 minutes remain.
I seen it go down, so I jumped over here to grab it when it came up, because I do like to run the orb,
Attack
if I can on
the
this
enemy
map.
prime
It's a
node.
good map for running the orb. And here we go, this is another new player. He gets a lucky shot with me with the sniper scope there. And I in turn got pretty lucky because you don't usually come back from that situation. If they shoot you down, if they shoot you out of the air, that's usually the end, because they're gonna jump up there and finish you off. But he was a little slow that time. And again, took flood, so well, we got center, so it took flood. It's time to concentrate on their prime. And I see the orb ahead of me. It went down, and I wasn't quite quick enough to save it.
Attack the floodgate node.
And I really should go back and get the orb again, but since I'm so close here, I can't help but kind of try to do a little damage while I'm there. Even though that, I don't know if that's the best thing to do or not, but I kind of feel like, you know, you got to do stuff where you're at. It just takes too long to get anywhere else.
Defend the floodgate node.
Anyway, things are still looking pretty good. Flood is red, but it's going down. And we just about got their prime. I think at this point I decided, okay, I'm just going to be a distraction because we're getting ready to take their prime. And once we got their prime there, we should be hitting their core because this team's, you know, paying attention. So all I got to do is stand here and let the rest of the team, you know, do the real work. And in the meantime, I'll try to attract as many red players back here as I can, so that they're not defending their core or taking their prime back.
Red core is secure.
Not really intending to try to hold the flood. But since their prime went down, I decided I'd go pay some attention to that. Wasted some time here trying to shoot this guy. Wouldn't that be nice if I caught him? But no, I'm not that good with those weapons. Oh, I get a lucky shot with the sniper scope once in a while. Would have liked to get this guy.
Defend the prime node.
You gotta be paying pretty close attention. That guy can move a little bit faster than you think.
Attack the enemy prime node.
And orbs out. Really shouldn't grab this vehicle with the orb out. This is strictly for towing the orb, really, but I want to do something with the enemy prime, so. Got a lucky kill there.
Attack the floodgate node. Red core is critical.
It's always good if you can knock down their prime.
Attack the enemy prime node.
Okay.
2 minutes remaining. Grab the redeemer.
So yeah. Yeah, we've just about got it sewn up here. We're getting close. The nuke is up. And here I'm going to get that nuke that I need so bad. Turn around and, oh, that's not good. That's awkward. Not so great having the nuke on foot. Kind of lowers your chances of doing anything with it. It's always good to be in a vehicle with the nuke, because if you whip out that nuke on foot, you know, you want to be in a secluded spot when you whip it out. I figure I got the Nemesis back there covered for me. I can probably finish this up. All I got to do is make sure we got the prime nailed down for a couple of seconds so I can get it over there.
Red core is vulnerable.
And my cover's not so great, but I'm going to take a chance on it. Here we go. We're going to finish it. I'm lucky that turret didn't turn around and take this thing out of the air, but yeah, that's it. Nice game. All right, well, thanks a lot. Have a good evening.